host for this webinar. So what are we going to look at today? Basically, alerts and notifications in OpenLM. What does that mean? It means that OpenLM is a bit more automatic. You need to go into the OpenLM interface a bit less. So how do we do that? Now, before I begin, I just want to point you to the questions box of the GoToWebinar tool. If you have a question, you want to ask anything, just go ahead, use the questions box. Once I finish my sentence, I'll look at the questions box, see if any questions need to be answered. Okay, so how do we automate OpenLM? First of all, I want to talk about alerts management. Now, this is an extension of OpenLM which allows you to get notifications to your email once criteria have been met, once certain conditions have been tripped. So we have two parts. One is for the admin himself regarding the licensing system, and one is for the admin but for the end user as well. It regards the user behavior, and so on. So let's take a look at what we have. First of all, if a license server is down, you get a notification. That makes sense. A server is down, people are not getting licenses. You'll need to do something about it. Now, license expiration. You might have thousands of different licenses. Some expire in a year, some expire in 2 months, some are permanent. So you want to get notified before that happens, like a month before it happens. So you can define OpenLM to notify you 30 days before a license is expired, or how much you'd like, how many days you'd like. And also, if there are just too many denials in the system. What does that mean? Let's say the license is not expired, license server is up, but users are not getting licenses. They're getting denied again and again and again and again. They're getting denied. They're not getting the licenses. So you can get also notified about that. It can tell you that, hey, your server is down, hey, your license is about to expire, and something is wrong with your licenses system. We didn't find out what, but people are getting denied. You need to do something about it. Now, the ones that relate to the user himself is long session duration. Well, that's a given. Let's say the session is not borrowed and it's like two days now. That means that's pretty much a session that most of the time he has been not been using that license. It's just too long. Duplicate license usage. Let's say that someone is opening up 2 instances of AutoCAD on the same server, on the same client. You can't work simultaneously, so you don't want him to consume 2 licenses. You can get notified. If the user is not in a group or not in a project, meaning that he's not in your Active Directory, someone got a license, you don't know who he is. You got a username, but is not recognized by OpenLM. So you get notified, and he can also get notified, meaning that you'll get a message saying, hey, this user has been using for 48 hours straight. But he'll also get notification, an email saying that, hey, you've been using for too long, 48 hours, it's too long. Now, what will you need to achieve this? Basically, OpenLM server will have to connect to your SMTP server. Now, the SMTP server is your internal organizational SMTP server. Everybody has one. And that SMTP server basically allows OpenLM server to send you emails, and it will send you the alerts. Each time a condition is tripped, it will just tell the SMTP server to send you an email. Now, next, way to automate OpenLM beside OpenLM notifying you on different conditions. You also want some proactive reporting. You want the reports to come to you. So you can schedule those reports. You can have those reports be sent to you like every day, every week, whatever you choose. For example, I need Autodesk license usage report of the last week every Monday on my desk, 8 a.m. So I don't have to go into the interface. I don't have to log in. I don't have to do anything. I just schedule it once and it's being sent automatically on a schedule to my email. This way I can minimize my contact with OpenLM and have it a bit more automatic. So what will you need for that? Basically, same thing. The scheduler will need to use an SMTP server to send you an email. But in this case, you'll need another component called the report scheduler. In previous case, we just had the OpenLM server. Now we'll also need the report scheduler. Now, one more thing that we will go over today. Now I'm showing this in slides, but I will show you this live in a moment, and we'll talk about this. I'll also show you a bit of configurations for it. So we talked about making OpenLM a bit more automatic for the admin, but we can make OpenLM a bit more automatic for the end user as well. Now, how can we do that? The agent, the OpenLM agent that resides on the client, on the PC of the end user, it can notify the end user once a license he needs is available. For example, I'm an engineer, I need AutoCAD, I try to get AutoCAD again and again and again and again and again, but I don't, I'm not able to, I get denied. So if I get denied, instead of just trying to get the license again and again and again, all I have to do is just simply wait. And the agent will just tell me, hey, the license you were looking for has been released and is ready for use. Meaning that you won't have engineers that are wasting their time trying to get a license. You'll have engineers that go do other stuff until OpenLM agent tells them, hey, you got the license available. So what will you need for that? Basically just the OpenLM agent on the workstations. They will transmit information to OpenLM server, and that's it. You got everything there. So let's go and see a live demonstration of it. First, I want to talk about the alerts management. So in order to configure that, we'll need to click Start, Administration, Alerts Management. Now you'll need to check that you have that in your license file. So you can click OpenLM License, and you'll need to see alerts right here. So let's create a new alert. Let's create a new rule. So I clicked on Alert Management. I got this interface. Let's click Add Rule. Let's call it Test Rule and make it an alert. I'm gonna not block it from going off at any time of day. And I can add a condition. You got conditions and you got the action. The action is very self-explanatory, just send an email. But there are a few things that we can do here. You can send an email, SMS, application alert, event log. Application alert, it just pops up an alert in OpenLM. You can run a broker command, meaning let's say the license server is down, run a broker command to try and start it up automatically. Or maybe you just run a CMD script or get it by email, whatever you choose. So let's say I want to know if a license I have is about to expire. So I select feature expiration date and click add. If it's under 30 days, then I want to get notified. For what? For everything, all features. Now let's say that I want to add another condition. So I simply select it. Let's say feature usage percentage, meaning that a license is about to be maxed out. So it's about over 95%, let's say. Let's select this feature and OK. Now I can have those together with an and here, or I can change it to an or, meaning that if it's an and, this and this will have to happen in order for me to get a notification. But if it's just or, then this one or this one, and I'll get a notification. So let's send an email and click add. So the address, Sagi at openlm.com, and I can add a customized title, meaning that the user will get a custom title. And I want it on every occurrence or just the first occurrence. You can define here when you want to get it. Okay, so once we added that, we see that we created a new alert. It's that simple. Now, let's see what we get at the end. Eventually, we get this format. So you get what you ask for, meaning all the features that triggered it or the users that triggered it, and it tells you conditions that triggered the alert. So you got the features. So you got the features, feature expiration date, in my case, over 0. Now, let's take a look at how you can schedule a report and get it to your email. Now, if you go to any report in OpenLM, license usage, license activity, doesn't matter. All you need to do is simply, first of all, of course, select the filter that you need, get the report showing, and after that, you can click share. You can, of course, share it by email, share the link, but you can schedule. So job name, let's call it test, and email, my email, and I want to get it just for testing purposes in a minute. So I'll have that sent to my email. What I did beforehand for this to work, I installed the report scheduler on the same server as OpenLM server. So report scheduler, you just download it, install, next, and that's it, it's connected. Provided that it's on the same machine. Now if you click start, scheduling tasks, you got the task right here. When it runs, previous run, next run, and creation time. Now, this can be found all over OpenLM. Let's open up another report, license activity. You can schedule it. Let's open up license utilization. You can also schedule it. Now, what you get with the schedule is an image of the chart, and you also get a CSV file of the table itself. Now, there's one thing in OpenLM, one more place that notifies the admin before I move on to the end user notifications. Right here, this one. Here, you'll know if you have any discrepancies in your data, if there are any updates to OpenLM, this is the managerial notifications, that if you have OpenLM connected to the internet, you'll be able to get notifications from us, but if not, it will just pop up issues that you have with your system. For example, I have a usability report here. That means one of my license managers might not be streaming output correctly. OpenLM grades itself. If it finds that it didn't get a good grade, then it sends you a message telling you, hey, I omitted some sessions because they're not valid. Now, so let's go over to the users, the end users. Basically, they can get notified as well. So I have two workstations right here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a license from one of them. And on the other, I'm going to try and get another license. Now here I'm about to get denied because I only have one license. And on this server, on this client, I already opened AutoCAD. So I have a few options before me. As an end user, I can either just try to get the license again. Or if I have the agent, I can check out license usage information. And as an engineer, as an end user, I can actually see who is using the licenses that I need and actually do something about it. Call them up, say, hey, Brian, I need the license. Can you release the license? I need to work on AutoCAD. You can sort it out among themselves. But let's say you can't. So you just have to wait for the agent to notify that now it's released. So what we'll do, we'll just close AutoCAD right here. And we'll wait. It has a grace period of anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. That allows the other user to go back and get the license. Maybe the PC got restarted and it takes about 5 minutes to load it up. So it will take a few minutes, but we will see a notification notifying the end user that, hey, the license you got denied from is now free. So I'm just gonna let it run in the background. We're gonna wait for it. Meanwhile, I would like to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, anything, please go ahead. Just use the questions box of the GoToWebinar about subjects you've seen here, other subjects, whatever you choose. In any case, if you have any more questions or issues, you can contact us. Just go to the OpenLM website, About Us, Contact Us. Now you can contact support or sales. You can just call us up over these phone numbers, or just click here on the chat button and you can start up an immediate chat with one of our support engineers. Now this is the fastest way to get to us. It rings all across our offices, so it's pretty much the best way. And if you would like to get more notifications on OpenLM, then you can register to our community, to our blog. You can get updated by our newsletter as well. And that's basically it. That's all the ways that OpenLM can notify you. So just a recap: alerts management, if you did not already know that. Also, report scheduler to get reports on a schedule, and availability notification. Okay, so I have a question here. Hey, can one reserve the seat for license on first come, first go basis if licenses are limited? So we don't have an option to do that, but what we can do, if options are limited, we can detect which sessions are idling and close those sessions. So I really don't want to interfere now with what we did here, but let's get an AutoCAD license and we'll just let it idle. We're not going to touch it. The process itself is not going to take up a lot of memory. It's not going to take up usage. It's not going to take up CPU usage, anything. And this idle time will be detected by the OpenLM agent. Now, let's say licenses are stressed. I guess that you're asking this because you want it to be organized once it's about to be maxed out. You maybe want to kick people off if it's maxed out. You don't want to get to a point where people are starting to get denied. So you can set up OpenLM. Let me show you. You can set up OpenLM to simply save and close running sessions if they are above a certain threshold. What does that mean? So you can tell OpenLM to, if the licenses are above 95%, meaning that it's stressed, got 100 licenses, 97 are currently using. So for that, you tell OpenLM, start releasing licenses. But then it asks you, okay, whose licenses should I release? Whomever has idle time above the amount that you set. So for example, here I see that it detected me as like 2 seconds idle time because it takes like 1 minute to start getting idle. And once the seats are about to be depleted, licenses are about to be depleted, then the application automatically closes the application. The OpenLM automatically closes the application. So if I click close app, I can mimic that. You see it's like already 1 minute idle time. It's showing me when I was idle, when I was active. So mimicking that, we can just click close app and it will close our application for us. Now you see I have a notification here saying that the OpenLM agent recently closed at system administrator's request. Now this is an end user, an engineer. I can click open and I resume my session. It saved my work and continue on. But this we have more on another webinar called license harvesting. Is there any limitation for redundant server with alerts? No, if you have the redundant servers already configured in OpenLM, if you have a triad configured already in OpenLM, then OpenLM knows to treat that as a triad. It knows to, if it sees like a denial, it knows that it's a false denial if second after it did get the license, for example. So no real limitation for redundancy. Can you please share the recording of the webinar? Yes, no problem. Once the webinar is done, you'll get a recording from our marketing team. Once it's uploaded to YouTube, Vimeo, you'll be able to watch it. No problem. Now talking about the report scheduler before, if you go to our website, go to downloads, client area, scroll down, you'll find Report Scheduler. It's free. It's a free extension. You already have it. Just download it, install it, boom, you have it. Also, the agent, what you've seen with the agent, the availability notification, same thing. You already have it. If you have the basic out-of-the-box OpenLM, you can go here, download the OpenLM agent, and you'll get this functionality. You get the license usage screen that the end users get, and also the availability notification. Okay, guys, so this was a short and sweet one. Not a whole lot here. If you saw something in OpenLM that you're interested in and you'd like more information, just go ahead, go to our contact us page, call us up, let us know. We'll be happy to help. And that's it. If you don't have any more questions, then thank you very much, guys, for joining me on this webinar today. As it says here, we'd love to hear from you guys. Just let us know if you need anything, if you want to know anything about OpenLM. So I hope I informed you a little bit and that you learned something about OpenLM that you didn't already know. And that's it. Thanks. Bye, guys.